come to the end. We have come to the end of the road. Are we excited for next season? I don't know if I am yet, but we'll talk about it. Hi, guys. If you're new here, my name is Nikki. I do comedic reviews of some of your favorite reality TV shows. Today, we're talking about The Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is the conclusion of season 17. I will say part 1 and part 2 of the reunion gave me some stuff to talk about. Part 3 didn't give me much. It's like the same old, Shamia and Portia going back and forth about the friendship that is dead. Kelly yapping like a chihuahua. I don't know how they can do it. I was just like, girl, we have got to I don't know how we can drop the voice down, a note, a tone, something. It's just, how does Jarvis do it? I just didn't feel like we really got any kind of resolution. I did see some things with Angela that we're going to talk about, but not much. So I don't think we're going to be here long, Star family. I know we like our 3-hour lives. I don't know if this is going to be it. And let me just say this. I say that all the time, and then we end up being here for 5 hours. So who knows? But anyway, welcome. If you're new here, I introduced myself. Hey, what's up? This review, I don't know how long it's going to be, but normally my reviews are about 30. If I'm talking about 2 episodes, I got a lot of stuff to talk about. Maybe 45 minutes, maybe an hour. This one is going to be 20 minutes. But then after that, I hop to the comments and I chop a bit with the Star fam. And then we wrap up the evening. Forgive me for a bit of tardiness, technical difficulties. Do not worry, that is changing. Oh, baby, we're getting a makeover for the fall. We're getting a makeover. Stay tuned. Let's get into it. Oh my God, Beyonce's birthday's coming up. Get your wallets ready. Here we go. So here's the thing. Bravo. Portia or Shamia, you got to choose. You want to choose one. I don't feel like this next season. I want to have fun. I want to have fun with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. The Real Housewives of Atlanta was never supposed to be like a beefing show. It was never that. It was always fun, light shade, comedy. We just watched them having a good time. I want the fun back in the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't want nobody beefing, right? If they beef, y'all can beef how like Angela and Pinky beef. You know what I mean? It's tit for tat, and then it's, girl, we good. That's how it needs to be. I just don't feel like it anymore. And those two are becoming killjoys. Somebody's going to have to go, Andy. Y'all going to have to do something. It's just not fun. And it's giving Teresa and Melissa, and I don't like it. Like, Teresa and Melissa killed Jersey with that beef. Killed Jersey. It got so dark. And I don't want Atlanta to be that. I feel like we have all been fighting for Atlanta to be fun again. Make Atlanta fun again. Speaking of fun, I will say at the end of the reunion, Andy was just like, this is the most fun I've had at a Atlanta reunion for a while. And that spoke volumes. I will say that. And I can agree. This season has been a lot fun. It has been a lot more fun than it usually is. The thing that is bringing it down is this war with Shamia, or this mourning or breaking up of a friendship with Shamia and Portia. That's been the only foul thing. You know, the Chihuahua is annoying at times, but she was able to make up. And I feel like if she wasn't attached to Shamia, she would not have been as, in my opinion, as annoying as she is. Because I feel like she feels like she has to fight Shamia's battles because Shamia doesn't have anyone. Listen, I get it. I understand. I'm just saying, for TV, It's just not fun. And I really wish these ladies would remember they're making a freaking TV show. We are here to be entertained. Only the losers are taking sides about like, oh, the rest of us just want to watch some fun reality TV. And as the world around us is crumbling more and more, we need y'all to step up your A game with entertaining us. It's just getting that relationship, those two, it gets to a point. You are on your way to becoming the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Tighten up, Atlanta. Tighten up. But like I said, Andy said that this was, the most fun he's had at a reunion. And you could tell, like we talked about it in my last live, when the scene where they were listening to Cynthia's song. And I said, that's the Atlanta that I like. Everybody was having so much fun. That was very reminiscent to old Atlanta. And that's just what I like to see. And I feel like that's where they vibe the best, with joy. They don't do well by going against each other and just getting so dark. And that is a compliment to them. So it's just like, if you guys can't do evil well, maybe you need to step out of it. Maybe you need to step out of it and just focus on fun. I hope when they come back, that they come back with the mindset of, oh, you know what? Let's just get through these beefs real quick. No beefs. Let's just move through the uncomfortable moments, And even Andy said that. I feel like me and Andy are on the same page. Because he was just like, at the end of the reunion, he was just like, where we're at right now, nobody has anything. Everything is squashed. We're done. Where we're at right now, I want the season to start off from here. Basically, with saying like any other stuff that y'all do outside of this and an online mess and y'all done heard this and that, don't bring that to work. The last time y'all were at work should feel like the first time you all meet back up when it's your first day of work after a hiatus. And I absolutely agree. I said, yes. Tell them, get the girls in line and let them know that other stuff, okay, Michelle, that y'all be doing outside of the show, leave that. You're showing up to work, show up to work. The stuff that happens outside of work should not enter this show. Fun, light. That is what this show needs to get back to. And I feel like their boss was trying to let them know that this is what we want from you guys, because nobody does fun and joy within the Housewives franchise like the Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's why they became such a juggernaut show, because it was fun. Even now, the viral clips and the sayings, it's all from Atlanta. Like, the white girls got some stuff, but the majority of stuff is all from Atlanta. It's all from Nene. We're going to be honest, but it's just like, and it's when they're having the most fun. That's pretty much it. It's when they're having the most fun, or just like a medium beef. We act like the seasons where the show got dark. We act like that never happened. If you've noticed, the seasons where the show got dark, there are no viral moments except from who said that? Who said that? That's it. There is nothing else like memorable from those seasons, those past seasons, because we try to forget them because it was so dark, and that's not what Atlanta is known for. We want to go back to when we had fun. When you will watch this show, have watch parties, and y'all will all be sitting at home cackling with what you were seeing on your screens. They're fun when they are not beefing. They are exhausting when they are going after each other, because I feel like for them, they just go so low. And it's just like, ooh, oh my gosh. You know what I mean? Like, ooh, why are we going here? It just goes so low, and it's just not fun. And I honestly feel like a lot of us feel like it's beneath them. Like, what are you doing? Why are y'all doing this? Y'all don't have to get gutter. We watch you to enjoy. We let the Real Housewives of New Jersey be the dark show where you're going to go there and be depressed and cry and leave angry. I hope they turn it around. I don't know what they're going to be able to give us, because I do not for one second believe that Melissa and Teresa really made up. I'm not buying it. It's going to last the season, if that. Anyway, let's move on. But yeah, like I was saying, one of them got to go because we got to bring the fun back. One of them got to go. They're not going to be able to work together because that was a real friendship that has a lot of history. There is too much history there, and there is too much pain in between Portia and Shamia for that to not affect the group moving forward. Like, it's going to be impossible. So one of them is going to have to go. K Michelle looked where's she at? K Michelle looked just as crazy at the reunion as she did on the show. And here's the thing. I don't feel like she admitted it. K Michelle knew that she was acting real cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and trying to explain it just didn't really help her, because it was just like, girl, she's just like, yeah, I can see that it looked like that. It looked like that because that's what it was. Because people who are not on the show, who don't, in your words, don't have much credibility, is telling you what's happening or behind the scenes for people to come at you. And everybody who you said was coming after you was just like, we were excited you were on the show. And listen, I honestly believe that the ladies were excited to have K Michelle on. See, now here's the thing, Mom. You said that you were not going to come on tonight because you are sick of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Mama Star is done with them. She was just like, I'm sick of them. She is sick of the Portia and Shamia beef, and she is just done. So she said, can I just not come on because I'm very angry? And I said, okay, I understand, Mom. So, Mom, you got to make a choice. You're either in or you're out.
Listen.
Oh, Lord.
I'm always in.
If you're going to speak, you're going to come over here because they're not going to be able to hear you. All right, well, I'm going to keep on going until you come over here. Anyway, so she looked completely unhinged all at the reunion and on the season. You know who you are. Plotting. Angela, plotting. Who's plotting? I will say that was a hilarious moment. And that was like, that's a moment that I think is going to be like in Housewives history, in Atlanta Housewives history, because it was so completely unhinged and comedic, and the ladies were able to turn it around. So it ended up being like a very light moment. But she recognized, I think after watching the season and maybe talking to a couple of executives at NBC, I think she realized that, yeah, I'm doing too much. Because she was just like, well, they had told me some things, and, I was expecting something. And then Andy was like walking her through the rumors and the plot. And as he walked her through it, she just sounded even more crazy. And Andy was like, so the oyster is why you suspected that she's like, well, yeah, I was trying to get ahead of it. And he was like, but it never happened. And she was like, well, yeah, and like, girl, you did entirely too much. And I hope whoever told you that these people were plotting to go up against you on the show, I hope you do not talk to them, because they really could have ruined a great opportunity for you. It seems like since you made it with everybody, all is forgiven. And Bravo really wants to keep investing in you, but you really could have ruined a great opportunity by listening to that person. So I'm so glad that she has made this turn, because she started off strong and then it got real crazy town towards the middle of the season. And even at the reunion, she couldn't explain it. You got played. That was it. And even everybody else that she thought was coming after her was just like, girl, we really wanted to hang out with you. Even Portia was just like, I was excited to have you on the show, and I really want to be friends with you. Drew was like, yeah, I was happy to have you on. I don't know where any of this came from. And she, admitted that she was being fed nonsense. And it seems like hopefully they're going to start the season. Everybody's going to start, except for Portia and Shamia, is going to start the season off in a good place.
Mama Star.
Mama Star is here.
Hi, Star family. Mama Star is here against her will, because I just, this show just, it used to be fun. It used to be a good show to watch.
We had gotten there, though.
Yeah, it used to be a little, disagreement, but we all came back together. But this season has really panned out to be just ugly. And
it ended so poorly when it started off so strong.
It's given rites of passage, like you got to go through, this initiation to get in to the girls group, because everybody has been through something. Like Angela, I'm over there with them now. Girl, shut up, because this was you last time. Drew, this was you.
Well, wait a minute. In Angela's defense, she admitted that.
Yeah.
To K. Michelle, she said, girl, you were looking like me last season.
Yeah.
And I was trying to push a circle through a square peg.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's looking like it's a sisters group, like they called it a sisterhood.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got to go through a rites of passage to be able to, be with the cool girls. And it's not looking good for black girls and black women. I just really don't like it. And the Shamia and the
your leopard earring.
Oh, thank you, my love. Look at me. And the Portia and the and Shamia whole beef, and then don't say nothing about my child. Like, girl, those are kids. Don't bring the kids into it. If y'all, and you shouldn't have brought the mothers into it, but y'all, there was some tea, child. But if you're going to beef, let's not take it to hell, because everybody trying to get a paycheck. But Portia, don't want Shamia on the show.
Let me bring her up.
She don't want Shamia on the show. For real.
Even Andy confirmed that she was campaigning for Shamia to join the cast.
Not to join the cast. I don't care.
Andy said it. Why would he lie for Portia? I can see him lying for Phaedra.
He's a liar.
Okay.
And he is there. He is the only white girl in the whole situation. He with all these black women. I don't like how he is on the show either. I don't even like him being the one. I just don't like it. And him in the middle of them arguing. Black girls against black girls, they arguing, and yeah, what did you say?
Well, Mom, he's the host, and that's what he does for all the house. Yes, that's what he does for all the housewives.
So, my whole thing is, girl, y'all both did some stuff that y'all don't want the people to know. Y'all both done did some stuff. And that's probably why Portia didn't want her on there. And I'm good with that. Mm-hmm. I'm good with that. We friends. You come on here, be a friend of the show here and there, hit it and quit it. I'm here for that, because we have done some things that we don't want nobody to know. Her life ain't really, Portia's life ain't really an open book. She tries to put it there, but it really ain't. There's some things that, that still shame her if the public knew. And she has a daughter. Just like to me, Shamia has children. I think Shamia needs to get off this show and go back to her life with her kids and the Hawks and her husband and all of that other stuff that she got going on. You're bringing all these unnecessary people into it. Now the Hawks is involved. Now the boy George is involved. Now this one's involved. That one is involved. Get off the show. Because how is they going to come back?
That's what I said. It's like weird.
They don't took it to hell. They don't talked about, your mother tried to sleep with my father.
Here's the thing. When it's people.
When your father, your mother slept with, tried to sleep with his brother.
And then Kate Michelle said the mom is at the club dipping in and doing it in Jesus' name.
Yeah, you did too much.
It just got real dark towards the end of the season. And that's what I was saying. When people are on this show, like Teresa and Melissa, who have history in a deep relationship, when that bodies are buried. When that relationship falls apart, it poisons the whole group.
It poisons the whole show.
And it's just
the whole show they argue.
those two not getting along is like forcing people to pick sides.
Right. There you go.
It's just not fun.
And it's not fair.
They made the workplace unfun.
Yeah. And I just don't like it. And I don't like and me and you gonna argue about this one, but I don't like that Phaedra is on there talking this girl business. If she done business with you, oh no, honey, we done did
Shamir, no, Kelly brought it up.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't. She brings it up
because it's in the streets, it's in the blogs that she did it for free. And the girl is saying, listen, I didn't pay y'all. Oh, you didn't pay us for what we did.
She said she
didn't pay us for what we did. You only gave us $10,000, but we didn't pay for what we did.
Mom, I'm on Phaedra's side with this one.
We didn't pay for what we did. $60,000.
I'm on Phaedra's side with this one.
I already have paid.
Kelly was so ungrateful.
It doesn't matter.
No, it does.
You still be quiet.
No, she didn't bring it up. Listen, Kelly said, if I know everybody is saying this, but I paid her $10,000. Because she brought it up. So Phaedra's on the show. Her, she can't say anything.
And she hearing it in the street. Because all them talk.
So how does that have anything to do with Phaedra? Kelly is the one that admitted that Phaedra was
Brown still in jail. And I'm pissed about that.
Let me tell you something. Bobby Brown should have never been free with the stuff that he was doing.
Bobby Brown is still in jail.
Bobby Brown should have went away for a very long time.
Listen,
she did something because he out. She did something.
Oh, Whitney's money, and he's still in jail.
I have got to defend Phaedra on this one. Kelly was the one that brought it up.
Never go to Phaedra for legal help for Dr. Heavily for
Phaedra responded. Phaedra responded to what Kelly said, and she should have
said, "I cannot say nothing because it's client." Lawyer, no, I'm not going to say anything.
No. Kelly was wrong. Kelly was wrong.
Short and stout, and that's okay.
Oh no, I'm not a fan of the Chihuahua. Everybody knows that. I used to like waffles. It's too much. I used to like waffles. She has gotten on my bad side. But I will say this. For her to sit up there,
Phaedra needs to shut up.
She contradicted herself in what she was saying.
Candy still don't like her.
And there it is. Thank you so much for mentioning that. You will never like her because of that. You're Team Candy. You don't like what happened. Yes, but Mom.
Arrested, and she could have had that woman lose all of her things.
And I agree.
Carla King told her to say all that stuff. She said all that stuff. And that woman.
And I agree. But what I'm saying is you are never going to give Phaedra a fair shot. So you're never going to be neutral. And that's the thing. So you're siding with Kelly because it's against Phaedra because of where you stand in the Phaedra and Candy situation.
Star family, I'm not siding with Kelly. I just feel like client attorney privilege should not.
This is a different situation. Kelly brought it up, and they're supposed to talk about the season.
She should have said to Kelly, rightfully so, whatever business we did is business. I don't speak my business.
So she
from my practice. Hold on outside of me and the client.
Here's the thing. She said she gave her.
I don't care what she said
because you don't like her.
She said. She's a professional. She's an attorney. She's an undertaker. She's a preacher.
Yeah, she got many jobs.
These goddamn things.
Mom,
she needs to learn how to separate business from this goddamn show.
No. Here's the thing. Kelly brought it up.
Right.
You're not right. Kelly brought it up. Phaedra responded. And also, Phaedra had to say no. Phaedra had to say that because Kelly said, I paid her for all of her work and for her team. I paid her $10,000. So Phaedra had to say family and friends discount because you're also putting out this lady's prices for her business. So you're putting her in a situation where she's going to have to respond to that because she does still practice law and have other clients. So for
listen,
listen,
nobody.
But no, because I'm making sense. And you want to talk over me because you have a certain way that you feel about her. So she had to say that because this lady is now putting out her prices. So she has to say it was deeply discounted because I was helping out a friend. I think they probably went. Listen, Mom, listen. I think they probably went with the pro bono talk so that
not riding with me on this
at all. So that people will not, so that she would never say the price of what she did, because that then puts her pricing in jeopardy because she has other clients, and the other clients could be like, now wait a minute, Kelly was only had to pay $10,000 and I paid 60 plus. People are going to have
Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston.
No, let me get my point out. So she had to say family and friends discount because that was a huge discount on probably what she's charging other clients. So she's putting this lady's business in jeopardy. So she had to say that,
and
right?
I will agree with
and
you.
Here's the thing. She also probably didn't make anything off of that because Phaedra said
she didn't.
She didn't, because it was a team of lawyers. Now, Mama, you and I know lawyers ain't cheap. So to get somebody to represent her in a case where she was victorious for that, and this case went on for at least over a year or so. She did that for $10K. I was gagged.
Okay.
Because lawyers are not, and she was working with her for up to maybe over a year. Listen to the thing. That is deeply discounted. And then for Kelly and all them new teeth to sit there and say, I paid my former lawyer $250K. So you know that this lady was doing you a favor because she's going to try to downgrade what she was doing. Oh, the work was already done. And Phaedra was just like, I didn't go after the other work that was done by the lawyer, because if the work was already done by the lawyer that you paid $250K to, you will still be with the lawyer. The lawyer lost for you. So you got with Phaedra. But you want to pay the lawyer that lost everything $250K, but cry and tell Phaedra you ain't got no money. You can only give her $10K, but then you're on the show acting like you ain't broke, like you got it. And that lady has never said anything. Never said anything, knowing that you play her. She ain't never said nothing. You were the one trying to bring it up because you want to clap back at everybody. You're in a worse situation in the group. So you know how much lawyers cost because you paid the lawyer that lost your case almost $300,000. And then you're going to chime in that you pay her $10K and she ain't even do all the work? How ungrateful. How ungrateful. A team of lawyers that won. And you have to say, she ain't really do nothing. Girl, Phaedra better than me because she just said family and friends discount. That's all she said. It would have been me. I would have lit her up and tell her I'm done representing you.
What you would have said?
I would have lit her up and said I'm done and sent her the bill. Because what are you saying? Oh, she ain't really do everything. My previous lawyer, the lawyer that if the lawyer was so good, you would still be you had to go to Phaedra. Crying and telling her you don't have it, but then you're coming on the show talking about you got all this money and you got all these houses. Girl, Phaedra is better than me. I would have lit Kelly up. The nerve. Oh, the work was already done. She ain't really do nothing. You won. You think? Anyway, I just thought that was so disrespectful. And I think that Phaedra, regardless of what you think about her, handled that situation very well. I would not have handled it the same way. Mama Star.
I just want to apologize to you and the Star family because y'all coming for me in these comments, and Nikki is just down my throat. Never looked at it like that, but I am woman enough to say,
okay,
that I did look at it like that. And yeah, I didn't realize that, her business. Because when you put it like that, people,
You know how when you hook a friend up and then you don't tell nobody
right,
that you're going to tell her prices, her price for you.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing.
Because now when if I was there,
I'm saying, if I was Phaedra's client and I was watching this reunion, I would have been like, well, wait a minute. Can I get what Kelly got?
Yeah.
And Kelly, as a businesswoman, knows what she's doing.
Okay. You got me on that one.
Thank you.
Can we move on?
Yeah, we can move on. Thank you for apologizing, Mama Star.
I apologize, Star family. That's why I don't like this daggone show.
Shamia really, I hate it. Shamia misses Portia. And we've been saying it for 2 seasons now. She really does miss her because Portia that's why I thought Portia was a Sagittarius, because she has successfully iced this woman out of her life. Like, she don't even look at Shamia. Like, even talking about her, she won't look at her unless Shamia addresses her. Like, for Portia, Shamia is vapor. She does not exist. So because there is, and she even admitted that because there is a part of her that still loves her, she still craves some interaction with her, even if it's negative. Because Shamia just kept on, like, it could be 2 people who are not Shamia or Portia could be talking about something, and then Shamia would be like, yeah, because like what Portia did to me, like trying to get Portia to acknowledge her or having to just speak her name. And I think it's just because she really does misses her. And she said, I was mourning that friendship, Leslie. Like that the breakup of that friendship really hurt me. And that is the reason why I want to talk about it, is because friendship breakups are so hard. And I think because straight women idolize relationships with men so much, we overlook how intimate our friendships are with our girlfriends, within that sisterhood. It's probably even more deeper and more intimate than a relationship is with a man. But because we idolize, my man, my husband, because we idolize and put those relationships on the pedestal, we overlook how much those relationships mean to us. And you don't really recognize it until it's gone. And it really is so sad. That's another reason why I'm just like, Bravo needs to pick one or the other, because I'm pretty sure some woman who's watching this show who has probably lost a best friend, like, due to like a friendship breakup. I know this show has got to be triggering watching this, because I'm not experiencing that, but I'm watching it, and it's just so sad to see. And even Portia admits it. They both admit that this pain of a relationship is like, it's so hard on them. And it's more harder on Shamia, because Shamia keeps on saying she's disengaged from the relationship. She hasn't. There's still residue and she's still mourning. I think Portia is probably in the same position, but she's more rougher, right? So she can cloak her emotions a bit better than Shamia, but Shamia can't cloak her emotions at all. She cannot cloak her emotions at all. And the group has even said it. It's just like, even Andrew was just like, you're saying this to me because you want to talk to Portia. Like, everybody knows what it is, because Shamia wears her heart on her sleeve. And it's just so sad to see. And that's why I'm just like, one of them got to go. Because this is the fun show. This is the fun show. At least with the Real Housewives of New Jersey, you're tuning in to be tormented. The Real Housewives of Atlanta is supposed to be a good time, and it is just not a good time. It's supposed to be
like girlfriends.
Yes. I'm glad that Shamia and Kay, I'm glad that K. Michelle and Drew squashed their beef, because it was exhausting and just weird. Like, none of us knew why they were beefing. And I have to be honest with you, Drew didn't even know why. Like, them two beefing just made no sense, because it started with K. Michelle, but it started with her with this like whoever was telling her about the plot or whatever, and saying these people are trying to take her out. The whole season, now she looks back and just like, I did too much. But the whole season, she was just on that. And so there was no room for her and Drew to have a relationship, because in her mind, Drew was trying to take her down. And then to sit there and admit that not only do you know Black, y'all did a play together. I was like, hey, Michelle, you are dead wrong. She was like, yeah, I know Black. We did a play together. But why were you acting like you didn't know him? And why were you acting like Drew was trying to like break up your marriage? I will say Kay said that at her mind at that time, she was thinking that they were all trying to take her down. So like anything that they did, she would see it as an attack. And to that I say, you probably need to sit down and see the lady, because you can't go through life like that. And maybe listen, I like, if she can get it together, I think she'll get on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. But if Atlanta is so traumatizing and triggers her so much, she might need to find a new location. Maybe film in Atlanta and live in like Delaware. I don't know. Virginia. I don't know. But if Atlanta is such a triggering place for you, okay, maybe this show is not the best for you, or living there. Maybe get an Airbnb and film and, live at that Airbnb while filming the show, and then live. I think, isn't she in Nashville? Live in Nashville and then get an Airbnb and film the show. But as soon as the show wraps, get out of Atlanta, because it triggers you. And, you have Atlanta mean girl PTSD. And so you don't really enjoy your time there, and you don't give exactly, and you just don't give any woman in Atlanta a chance to be a friend to you, because you have this PTSD that they're all plotting against you. I hope you figure that out and are on something different if you come back next season. Oh my God. I have this, Angela, where you're at right now, stay here. I like Angela, who admits when she's wrong, realizes that stuff is not landing, backs out of stuff, squashes beefs very quickly, and reads heifers down, because her and Kelly was going after her, and she said, and you have new teeth and no house, you nowhere to sleep, you broke me. And Kelly was like, ah! My God, today, like the way she is just like so descriptive, I still say, not with them incestuous teeth. Where did she get that from? She just needs to stay right here. I will say, I got a little annoyed this season with the Shamia stuff. Angela's you're not a bone carrier. You're not a bone carrier. I will say, I think that whatever Shamia stuff that she knows about her and the Hawks, she'd have probably heard that from their husband, right? Regardless if the tea is hot or stale, you don't know how to bring it back. I think you should just stay within the reeds. That's where you are your strongest. Bone carrying and getting to the bottom of a story is not for you. It's not for you. The funny reads, the observations in the group, that's great. Bone carrying, trying to get to the bottom of some drama, you're not good at it. You're not good at it. We have found your strong suit. You need to stay in those areas, because that's where you work the best. Also, speaking of Angela, she reveals the truth about her issue with her daughter. And I think the reason why she's freely speaking about it now, I think her daughter may be getting out of that marriage. Because remember, the season ended with the daughter being like, you guys are right, marriage is hard. So I think there may be some conversation. I think she may probably be moving back home, or getting out of that relationship. Angela was like, let me just clear something up. Because Andy was like, people are saying that you don't agree with your daughter's lifestyle, like who she chose to be with. And Angela was just like, let me tell you something. My daughter came out at 12. We got her coming out cookies. I know her. I've been to who she was. It was, this ain't new for me. It's new for y'all watching, but this ain't new for me. She said the real issue that I had with my daughter's relationship was that my daughter's wife's family was not accepting of her. And she said, I had a big problem with that. She said, I'm accepting your daughter. I'm letting her stay in my house. But my daughter, y'all don't accept her. And when y'all come to town, my daughter has to leave. She stopped short of saying that it was racism. That's what I'm feeling. That's what it's giving me. And I'm like, what Black parent would be okay with their child being in any kind of situation like that? So she said, that was my real issue. And the fact that she was able to say what the real issue is makes me believe that relationship is probably, her daughter's marriage is probably coming to an end. Like, the daughter admitted that they got married far too young and that marriage is very difficult. And I feel like now that Angela feels free to speak on what the real situation is, that may be because that is coming to an end. And so now that we have the truth, I think a lot of people can understand where Angela is coming from. And even Portia was just like, Angela was the most supportive of the group when I finally started living in my truth. And then Portia got a question freshly coming out. How do you feel like Angela handled her situation with her daughter? And Pinky was like, oh, so now she's an expert. When Pinky is not being mean or elitist, she's fun. But Portia was just like, Angela was the most supportive of when I came out, and just, seeing her relationship with her daughter. She said, I can understand both sides, but Angela is a good mom. And even Cynthia was just like, Angela, I related to her the most because we had two daughters who came out very young and, had to navigate that. And Angela and Cynthia was just like, I would be so heartbroken if my daughter got married behind my back and I didn't know anything about it. And here's the thing. I now think that the reason why Angela's daughter got married to her wife and didn't tell her is because Angela would have said no, because Angela was just like, she's young. Angela's just like, she's very young. I would have told her, don't do it. Live your life. And also, Angela probably wouldn't given her approval because her wife's family don't like her child. What parent would? What parent would? So I'm glad that Angela gave clarity, because without the clarity of the situation, it was looking like she was a homophobe. But she couldn't really talk about the situation because it involved her daughter's wife and her family not being accepting of her. And so that probably, would have created problems in her marriage and just a really sore spot for her. But I think now she's able to freely speak because that thing is probably coming to an end. So as this episode wraps up, Andy asked Portia about her relationship with Shamia, and Portia gives him the death stare. He was like, why are you looking at me like that? And she was like, because I am talking about a friendship that has been dead for over a year. Like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to talk about that friendship that's no longer exists. I don't want to talk about my mom. I don't want to talk about my daughter. Like, I just want to be done. Here's the thing. I get it. Right. When I'm done with somebody, let it stay buried. I don't like talking about it. I act like them people who I'm no longer with or in friendships with, they don't exist to me. You can bring up who I have no idea who that is, right? I get it, and I absolutely understand. Portia, you're on the TV show where your life is the entertainment, and you are filming with this is not it's not the Portia show and supporting cast. It's an ensemble cast. So this is the job. You're going to have these conversations. It would not make sense for the biggest sore spot in the season, which is you and Shamia's death of your friendship. It would not make sense for Andy, as the host of the reunion, where you talk about stuff that happened in the season, to not bring it up. I get that you don't want to talk about it. And I do get where you're coming from, but it just doesn't make sense that you're just like, I don't want to talk about it. How does that make sense? And how did you think that was going to go? Girl, bye. Anyway, and it was just like, well, it happened on the show, and we're here at the reunion to talk about what happened on the show. You know, he get a little spicy sometimes. So, you know, Portia is just basically like, the friendship is done, it's over it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Like, you know, I see that Shamia misses me when she looks at me with those eyes, those, you know, those eyes. I see that she desperately wants to be friends with me again, but just, you know, too many things have happened. And, you know, when it get to the moms, she's just like, it went too far. I was expecting for Shamia to go, girl, you know, when Portia said that, but Shamia didn't. She was agreeing with Portia that she does miss the friendship, and she even admitted it when she responded. She said, "Listen, I do miss the friendship, but you know, I agree with Portia. The relationship is just done." She thought I was mourning this friendship for a really long time, and even Portia was just like, I came to the season with the thought that I'm done with the friendship, but I'm not going to close myself off. You know, if I feel something, then maybe I'll be open to seeing where the relationship can go. But she said the mom stuff just really sealed the deal. And I knew it. Kate Michelle knew it. That's what she meant. Shamia, because Shamia crossed the line with that. Like, I get that you miss your friend. I get that you hate that she will not talk to you. Taking it to hell is not going to fix the relationship. If anything, it's just going to make it worse. Now you two are no longer friends. You're enemies. You're enemies who know where the bodies are buried on both sides. So you're enemies with ample ammo, and it's just going to get worse. It's just going to get worse. To top it off, Shamia is dealing with so much in her home, right? With, you know, she doesn't have any more embryos. Her surrogate miscarried. So there are no more sons at this point. There are no more male embryos male embryo. You know what I'm trying to say? There are no more sons to implant at this point. And she's just like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And the ladies were just like, well, you know, we kind of felt like he was pressuring you to have a son. She's like, no, I'm doing that because when we got together, we said we were going to have a big family. And I thought that I could give that to him. You gave him a family, but it does seem like he's not happy with the family that he has unless he has a son. Listen, I understand tradition and culture and all of that. It still sounds misogynistic to me. It still sounds like the daughters are not enough. Why? It doesn't make sense to me. And it shouldn't make sense to you. So I said all that to say, it's just really sad to see this relationship fall apart, because they both have admitted that, you know, even if it's in the weirdest and roughest way, they miss each other. But the mom stuff, they took it to hell. Well, Shamia, the receipts are there. You started it. I get that you were trying to do that because you wanted her to talk to you. Like, here's the thing. Shamia wanted Portia to talk to her. Portia would not talk to her. Portia wouldn't talk to her on camera, and Portia wouldn't talk to her off camera. Shamia got to wait for Portia to talk to her. She brought up Portia's mother, and she brought up Pilar. She went too far. She took it to hell. Not only did she take it to hell, she's not remorseful. It's just like, if you like at the reunion, if they're saying like, oh, Shamia, you did take it to hell. You took it too far. And you know, I'd apologize for that. And you know what? Nobody in this group has apologized to me. Let's deal with the stuff that you are doing to other people. It's just like, she don't sit with accountability for too long. Is she the baby? If she's the baby in her family, that would make so much sense. Because Shamia don't do accountability at all. She does not do it. She would be like, yeah, what I did was wrong, but then so-and-so did this as well. She just don't let it sit with her. I honestly feel like if Shamia was just like, you know what, I took it to hell. I went too far, and I apologize my mom for bringing her into this, and I apologize to Portia's mom for bringing it in, and Portia, I also apologize on that part because I absolutely did bring it to hell. I shouldn't have did that. I miss you, and I wanted to talk to you, but that was not the way to do it. Sometimes when you're wrong, you're just going to have to humble yourself and apologize. The issue is with Shamia is that she's always the one apologizing. I feel like she's always the one in that friendship that tries to fix it. I feel like their friendship has been when even if there's like an issue, and if Portia did it, Shamia would be the one to initiate them fixing it. And I think Shamia is just tired of being the fixer. I get that, but you're gonna have to fix the stuff that you did. You don't got to fix that other stuff with, Portia. You don't have to fix that other stuff. This right here, the mom, that just wasn't a good look. You don't have to fix it now because you guys say that you are done. But I think if you decide to fix it, it will be a way to open up the door for that friendship to not be rehashed or healed. But I think it might be a way for something new to form, because something new has to form for these two to stay on the show. If it continued to stay where it's at, one of them gonna have to go. It's not not an enjoyable experience watching them. It's like I said before, it's starting to give Teresa and Melissa, and I feel like it can get to Monique and Candace. And we all see how that turned out. So I think it should be addressed where they can fix it and heal it, or one of them just got to go. They're in everybody who has been in the friend group where like two of the friends who have been friends the longest or are the closest in the group break up. Everybody knows this is just the beginning. It is going to get worse, and there will be casualties. So it got to be nipped in the bud early, because it's going to get worse if it is not fixed. I hope they can fix it. Because if they can't fix it, Bravo is going to have to fix it. And that means somebody's going to lose a paycheck. And that's probably why I'm not looking forward to, remember I said this was going to be a 20-minute review. That's probably why I'm not looking forward to next season, because I'm just like, I don't want a season of them fighting. I can't take it. I can't. Atlanta was finally getting back to its roots. Potomac was finally getting bright again. Like we were getting places. We were walking towards the light, and then this season just tanked. So I'm not looking forward to next season if these two are going to be in the same space. So for now, I'm saying I don't know if I'm going to continue to review this show next season. I won't be here if I'm employed. If I'm unemployed, I'll probably review it. But fingers crossed I'm employed, guys. Like, I love doing this. I love hanging out with you guys. We'll talk about other stuff. Even when I'm employed, we'll talk about other stuff. But like, when the money start coming in, I'm not going to be talking about Housewives. We'll talk about other fun stuff that won't get me in trouble. But if I'm not employed, I'll be here. Don't pray that I'm unemployed. We're praying for a series regular. That's what we're doing. Or that one of my shows that I option get picked up. That's what we're praying. That is what we're praying. So the episode ends with K. Michelle kind of learning her lesson. And she's like, I learned, because everybody was talking about what they learned. She said, I learned that I can't angry tweet. And then Andy was just like, yeah, let's not do that. They said something to her. They said something to K. Michelle about angry tweeting. Here's the thing. From what I saw from K. Michelle's angry tweets, I didn't think that it was that bad. I don't know what the beef is with the black girls tweeting when the tweets get a little too shady. I don't get it, because the white girls are saying some nasty stuff about each other, but only when it's the black girls that everybody lose their wig. Was K Michelle doing too much? Absolutely. Was she doing the most where she has to keep on being chastised? I do not believe that. You already said it once, Andy. You didn't need to keep on saying it. And it's kind of giving me how you were treating Candace about her tweeting. Like, Candace was responding to stuff. Like, I thought you wanted them to not only tweet about the show, but also remember, I don't know if they do this anymore because I don't read them, but remember when they had to like write their thoughts about the show and posted it on Bravo? Remember that? Do they still do that? Like, so what are we talking about? I don't get it. It's very weird to me. I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. It's very suspect. It's like, why do you keep on checking her about tweeting? You already said it once. Why do you keep on checking her about that? And why did y'all talk? I feel like they said something to her about it because she was very repentant about doing that. I'm just like, I've only know of 2 women in the Housewife franchise that has had a tweeting intervention, and they've both been black women. I don't like that. I do not like that. I will say, I was one of the people who was just like, hey, Michelle, act like you've been here before. This is not Love and Hip Hop. I think she had a little Love and Hip Hop PTSD, and we seen it play out. But she says that, you know, she gonna turn things around. I say let's give her another chance to do that, because outside of, you know, several personalities that showed up, she was good TV. In the beginning, I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed her. So let's hope she comes back. I will say I would like to see, of course, I'm lying. Of course, I would like to see Cynthia back. Of course, I would like to see K Michelle back. She seems to, you know, have figured out how to be a housewife. I would like to see her back. Of course, I want to see Angela back. I would like to see Shamia back if Portia isn't on the show. That's the only way it's going to work for me. Drew, I don't have a problem with Drew. I think Drew is fun. I still don't know you. I still don't. That was my thing for a minute. I like her. I like Faye Faye. My mama don't, but I liked Phaedra on the show. I only want to see Portia back if Shamia isn't there. She had her moments. It was just a little too elitist for me. I didn't like. I didn't like how she talked about the bankruptcy, and like the people that it. To be honest with you, it gave me Erica Jane. I didn't like it. It turned me off from her completely, and I was enjoying Pinky, but that turned me off. So that's who I would like to see come back next season. Who would you guys like to see? Let's get into the comments. You know how we do this. I'm going to start from the beginning, and then I'm going to work my way through. We're first going to start off with our super chat. Thank you so much, Johnny's Acting Channel. Johnny said, hey, beautiful queen. I know that's right. Hope you and the family is doing well. Love the recaps as always. This season to me was an A+, but I'm nervous it might get dark next season unless NeNe comes. Thank you for mentioning that, Johnny, and thank you for the super chat. Now, here's the thing. I would sacrifice, that's a terrible word to use, but I would switch out one of the housewives for NeNe. Definitely switch out Pinky for NeNe. Kelly, no, we can keep Pinky over Kelly. I would switch out NeNe. I would switch out Kelly for NeNe. They can all come back except for Kelly if the show brings NeNe. Now, here's the thing. I think if they're going to bring Nene back, I think they might sacrifice 2 housewives. Because I don't think, especially with their history, that Nene is going to be cheap. But we'll see. We will see. Thank you again, Johnny. Hey, Kashoon. Thank you for being here. Hey, Smitty. Smitty said, hey, Nikki and Star fan. Phaedra needs to send Kelly an invoice. Period. I feel so bad for Shamia regarding the miscarriage. Shamia is continuing to bring up Portia's daughter is extremely odd. She just wants her friend back. And she doesn't know how to say it. I was going to say pride, but that's not right. It's not pride. She doesn't know how to say that she wants her friend back because oftentimes that friend hasn't been a good friend. And I think she's seeing it now, but she still misses her. Like, like when many, many moons ago, I had a bad friendship breakup. And even after the breakup, I still missed that friend. And that friend did something extremely awful to me, like unforgivable. But still miss them. Still miss them. And if I hadn't told my family what happened, probably would have made up with them. But because I told my mama, my mom was like, what? Yeah. So, even though I was wronged, some illegal nonsense, y'all. Still missed it. Still missed that person. Like, cried. See, my mom, I don't. Cried, was heartbroken over it. Felt like an idiot because of how terrible that person did me. But those emotions don't go away. They don't go away overnight. Now, this is so long ago, I could talk about it. And if I see that happen, it's on site. But in the beginning, man, my little heart was so broken. So I feel for Shamia, and I get it. I understand. I give her grace in that situation because it's just so hard. Like, unless you've been a Shamia in a friendship like that, you don't know. You don't know, because especially when a friendship break up and everybody can finally tell you something they wanted to tell you the entire time about how terrible of a person she is or it has been to you. You can't go back because it's now so much information, but you still miss that person. So I give her grace. That is not an easy thing to experience. E for Empathy said, happy Wednesday, Nikki and Star fam. This was a good reunion and season overall. I can't stand Kelly, though. Kelly lost me. Waffles lost me. Because here's the thing with Waffles. She constantly would end the beef, but then still keep it going. And I'm just like, I thought you made it. Like, I thought when all the ladies cried with her and said they want to support her, I thought it was done. Why are you still making comments about everybody? Well, you in the worst situation. Like, and that nasty mess that she did with Phaedra at this last reunion. Terrible person. Neglectic said, hey, y'all, I don't watch the show, but I watched the reunion in my hotel room. I was cracking up. I might have to watch next season. I'm going to wait to see what the cast is and if I'm employed. I'll let you guys know then. Hey, Coos Girly, how are you? Coos Girly said, hey, Nikki and Star fam. Two is for Life said, hey, Nikki and Star fam. I'm glad the season is over, even though I enjoyed it for the most part. Bring on Real Housewives of Potomac. That's what I was waiting for, but I think Salt Lake City is coming back. We need to be, here's the thing. I hate to be this person, but we need more Black housewives. I don't watch Salt Lake. I don't watch Salt Lake. I don't watch OC. I barely watch Beverly Hills. We need more Black housewife shows. Because I thought Potomac was coming up. And I'm like, how much longer do I have to wait? Hey, Simone, thank you for being here. Simone said, hey, Star fam. Finally, we can close out this season. Yes, I felt the same way. Hey, Tia Pia said, hey, Nikki and Star family, my daughter will be 16 tomorrow. Wow. Tia Pia. My God, today you look 16. I thought you were Gen Z. Wow, congrats. Tell Nisi that we say happy birthday and that we love her. Two is for Life said, I'm excited for next season. If they can have more fun and leave the past in the past, why is Angela still bringing up June Bug? I liked Angela's performance this season. The weird beef she had with Shamia was odd to me. Like Shamir was like, I take pictures with everybody. And honestly, that picture of her and Junebug looked so old. Didn't it look? It looked like an old Instagram picture, and it looked like a fan pic. And I'm just like, Angela, that's what I'm just saying. Like the reads and all of like the reads is where she shines. Bone carrying and finding tea is not her strong suit. It is not her strong suit. To Us for Life said, hey, Mama Star, I know she is over it like all of us. To Us for Life also said, K. Michelle still gave no receipts. I feel like she made all of it up just to have a moment on the show. Because here's the thing. If this person who you admit gave you wrong information, this person almost cost you your job, could have cost you your job. Why are you still protecting them? That was weird to me.
Michelle made that up.
It's either she made that up or she doesn't want to expose that person because that person is going to tell some stuff on her. That's very weird because I'm just like, that person had you looking like a fool. Why are you protecting them? And I don't get you. She doesn't give me that she will protect somebody that harmed her. Johnny's acting channel said, I feel what Mama Star is saying. I totally get it. Like Nene once said, it's getting weird. It really, really is. Hey, Cameron, thank you for being here. Cameron, did you get anything from the Bath and Body Works Nightmare Before Christmas drop? I'm still waiting for the next drop. If you got anything, let me know. To Us for Life said, no, Kelly had it coming. She tried to downplay Phaedra's hard work. I cannot believe. I think for me, because I know, unfortunately, I know how expensive lawyers are. That lady, you pay that lady $10K for a team of lawyers to represent you for damn near a year. You have no idea how lucky you are. Tia said Kelly tried to downplay Phaedra helping her, and it just wasn't a good look, in my opinion. Eva Emily said, hey, Star fam, Nikki is so close. Yes! So close to 18K. Yes. Thank y'all for always showing support for Nikki by liking, sharing, and if you're a new subscriber, and join the Star fam. Thank you so much. Spencer said Kelly was dead wrong. Dead wrong. Hey, dear her Ford 6891 said I've rarely seen ingratitude as what Kelly showed. I really seen a what's the word here that got cut off? Ingratitude of what Phaedra showed, of what Kelly showed Phaedra at the reunion. To Us for Life said, Mama Star, I love you, but I gotta ride with Nikki on this one. Which is new. Y'all always ride with her. Caroline said, Phaedra didn't say anything that was confidential in Kelly's case. Kelly was trying to downplay what Phaedra did for her. I just was like, to me, that was just so low. That was so, lawyers are expensive. Girl, 10K is cheap for a team of lawyers. It's cheap for one lawyer. Girl. Spencer said, Phaedra did that lady a favor. Sure did. Sure did. Tish, clock it. Tish said, Phaedra helped her. Shamia put a roof over her head. Homegirl is talking all that cat. Here is the thing. Shamia better watch Kelly. Because if she can sit there and talk about Phaedra like that, after all that Phaedra did for her, what makes you think you safe? Listen, I learned very young that you watch how people treat other people. Don't think just because they ain't treating you like that, it'll never meet you. Ciao. Thank you. Spencer said, why didn't you win if the other lawyer did all the work? The one you paid almost $300K. Girl, Little Shorty said, Phaedra is not my favorite person, but I agree with her. Kelly is trying to throw her under the bus because she is struggling financially. Clock it. Sheree did the same thing when she represented her ex. Let me tell you something. You bringing up Sheree like clears up so much for me. because there is something about Kelly that just instantly annoys me in such a familiar way. And I could not pinpoint it. And then when you said Sheree, I said, that's what it is. That's what it is. It's like Sheree had this, that I don't know what to name it, but she had this same thing about her that Kelly does, where it's just like, what Kelly currently has, where it's like, we know what your current reality is. Why are you acting like everybody's like making this stuff up and trying to get something on you, and that you're living a life that you're living the life that we know that you're not living, especially when we have receipts from the freaking show. What you are not, you don't have all that done, joggers. That the house is not going to be built. What are we talking about? Like, you're trying to make us seem crazy. Like, you didn't tell us that Shamia said that you could stay with her. No, I didn't need to stay with Shamia. I could have bought a mansion. No, you couldn't have. Telling Carlos Kings, oh, there were no fashions on the show until I brought fashions. That's how I upgraded the show. It's like a sense of delusion that's not far beyond funny. It's concerning. Two is for Life said, right? If the work was already done by your other lawyer, why was Phaedra helping in the first place? You need her. Remember that. Never bite the hand that feeds you. It's also reminding me of how Sheree did Candy when Candy was trying to help her, right? And then they had the nerve at the reunion to buck up on Candy and act like she didn't need her help. I was so heated with Sheree at that reunion because I'm just like, somebody like Candy, who has multiple successful businesses, who has been the breadwinner since she was 15 just off of her pen. You're going to act like, one, she didn't help you, and two, you don't need her help? You're delusional. You're delusional. And now look at Sheree. You better stop that delusion. You better stop that delusion. No shade to Sheree. I don't want to seem mean, but it's just like, her clothing brand could have really did something. It could have really did something. But people like that who think they got it all and they don't need nobody, they know what's best. Hey, Kimmy. Kimmy said, I hope with all these lawsuits Kelly files for bankruptcy to discharge her debt. Because let's be real, her and Pinky, and then Phaedra hit her with the bills for back. Ciao. Little Shorty clocked it. Kelly is the new Sheree. That's what it is. I was like, there's something about it. It's like, because she just instantly irks me. And I'm like, what does she do? Because I haven't watched Kelly for this long. What is it? She's hit me where Sheree used to hit me. Nello said, points were made, Nikki. I also think that Kelly was trying to express that she still paid something because there was an assumption that Phaedra did it for free. I get that. I totally get that. But I think it became a nasty comment when she said the work was already done, so she didn't do much. I can't stand ungrateful people. I cannot stand ungrateful people. Like, excuse me? Excuse me? Phaedra took that in stride. I would have been livid and still hugged that lady at the end and said, girl, we not beefing. Oh, we beefing. Oh, we beefing. Creme said, Kelly was disgusting for how she spoke on Phaedra after she helped her win her case. Phaedra will definitely get her back next season. Shamia needs to what? We see each other. Dear said, Shamia doesn't deserve Portia's friendship or any further attention. Oh, that's a new perspective in this chat. Tools for Life said, friendships breakups are very hard. I wish Shamia would have been honest with her feelings. That seems to be Shamia's biggest issue. I agree. She's never real about how she feels. There's always a facade with her because she just wants to act like she's a tough girl. Because nobody really respects the person that's sensitive and cries all the time, right? Those tears are always misinterpreted and seen as weak. So she's probably like, I'm tough too. You're not tough like that. And that is okay. You're not less than because you're softer. Only in the Black community do we do that. Only in the Black community. You know what? Let me stop. I don't know every community. I have to check myself. Spencer said friendship breakups are so sad. It really is. I'm going through one now, but she chose her man. Even worse. Even worse. I'm so sorry, Spency. Been there. Not fun. Tools for Life said Drew is better than me. I would have gotten my apology from Kay. Drew let her off very easy. Here's the thing, because Drew can move on. I think that's why I like her as a housewife. Drew has beef with everybody, and she just moved on. She just moved on because this is work for Drew. Dear says because Shamia and the other newbies came on attacking the vets instead of trying to build relationships, and Kay Michelle did the same. They are not moving the show forward. That I can agree with. Kimmy said, I'm convinced Kay was just using the biblical version of knowing someone or whoever she was talking to herself. Co-signed the crash out all season. That's the only explanation I got. She didn't seem well. To us for Life said, Angela kept whacking Kelly and I enjoyed this so much, but she was weird with Shamia. Yes, definitely weird. Thank you. I did too, Spency, because I was like, Angela, even I was just like, what's going on? It's giving homophobia, sister. I'm glad she cleared that up. Because Spency said, I love that Angela confirmed that she is not homophobic. I was worried. We all were. Oh, so said Angela is lying. What you know that we don't? To Us for Life said, I was here for Shamia sending her a cease and desist. Either put a name on it or hush up. To Us for Life said, the thing about it, the reason why I think Angela didn't say, she couldn't say the name, because the name is her husband. Nobody gossips more than a man. The name is her husband. To Us for Life said, I don't know. I'm really checked out of Angela's personal story. Good luck. Best wishes. Congrats. Happy birthday. So Steph said she shouldn't have brought it up in the first place. Angela brought this stuff up on camera about her daughter. If it's that sensitive, she did bring it up. Paulo Girl said, "Mwah, Star Fam. I'm a few minutes behind. We'll catch up. Thank you for being here." To Us for Life said Portia tried to pull a Giselle. And to that I say, wrong road. If you don't want to talk about Shamia at the reunion, then quit and give up that multi-million-dollar check. I will say, I never looked at it that way. And you saying Portia tried to pull a Giselle, it clicked. Because you're like, who are you to say you can't? I'm not going to talk about stuff. That's the job. It gets on me. It gets on my last nerve when they act like they're not at work. Because here's the thing. This is a job you can quit. But you won't. You won't. Little Shorty said, did you hear the rumor that Phaedra is dating? Oh, I saw that. I don't think they're dating. I don't believe it. I don't think they're dating. Phaedra, if Phaedra needed the money, then I would believe it, right? I would believe that she would date a white man. I think that's the only way that Phaedra's want to date a white man. If it's a financial smart move for her, she will do it. Phaedra like black. She loves a Mandingo warrior. I don't see her, and she's still with that young African kid. That's a baby. So I don't think that they're together. I think she was just teasing. Hey, Nello. Nello said Angela was sad that her daughter didn't tell her about the marriage. Her daughter hid it from her. Not that she told her mom, and Angela refused to give her a blessing due to the disrespect she faced. No, I was saying I think that's probably why her daughter didn't tell her, because she didn't think that her mother didn't approve of that relationship. Not because they were gay, but because the girl's family is probably racist. Tia says Shamia is definitely covering for Gerald, but it definitely seems like he was pressuring her so late in his life. Not sure why now. Well, Shamia kind of did told us that he really wanted the son. But you got to protect your husband. And here's the thing. I just feel bad for her because no shade, Shamia. I don't think you're the problem. As we have learned, it's not us, it's them. Dear said Portia did talk to Shamia in Scotland when she checked on her to ask her about the Angela George stuff. Portia was, you got cut off. You got cut off. To Us for Life said, I have no clue why Shamia didn't apologize to Portia. That would have been a good first step. You ruined the Scotland trip and still haven't apologized. Can I say she sure did ruin that trip? Because even the ladies who were on her side were like, girl, You made it worse. For not piping hot tea. Creme Brulee said, I know Portia and Shamia have some good tea on each other. They have known each other since they were children. That tea is hot. Nello said Shamia's timing was off, but she was responding to Portia's post about her mom stealing her mom's business. Portia left a lot out, so I think Shamia was rightfully defending her mom. Now, here's the thing. Portia was responding to what Shamia said on the show. That has been confirmed. Portia didn't start that. That was Shamia. Makeup Addict says Shamia can go. She has a dark energy. Like, go be with your rich husband you claim you sleep with every night and leave us alone. I will say this version of Shamia I do not like. I want the Shamia when the season first started. I remember when last season when I was reviewing the show and I was like, oh, Shamia, Center Peach. She's the core of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Why? I don't know why she chose to not be that. I will give her grace because how do you know how you're going to be edited? You know what I mean? But she started off last season so strong, and I love the position she was in. Where she's at now, me no likey. Hey, Reddy. Reddy said, super late, but so glad to see you guys. Had to hibernate with grad school work, LOL. Oh, goodness. My God, today. Congrats. But I have several family members and friends who have done the grad school, and it's not an easy thing to do. So hats off to you. Thank you, Spency. Spency said, fingers crossed, you are employed. So Steph said they better find K Michelle like they did Candace. They would be foolish to do that. That did not go over well, especially when Candace confirmed it. That did not go. Oh, they find Lisa. Oh, they did. They did find her. Though they should have, though. Lisa was unhinged. She was unhinged. I didn't think that Candace did anything that should have had her coattails pulled. That Giselle was trying to say that her husband could have done something sexually inappropriate. I would have fought Giselle. Mommy, girl, what? You don't want to be in a room alone with him. Whoo, I just started liking that lady again. Donnie said, Portia is the vet. They are not getting rid of Portia. She has a 360 contract for years. She is the network darling and Andy's favorite. He asked a couple questions and shut the conversation down. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I think if they do choose, they would choose Portia. Please don't make them have to do that. Tussle Life said, I don't think Kay's tweets are that bad. Me either. But it's only a problem when she's tweeting while her co-stars are 2 doors down. Girl, go do your job and talk to them. Film a scene and get in the field. That's why she looked unhinged, because even Portia was just like, girl, I texted you. And you said, oh, it's okay. And then you started tweeting again. Like, what is going on? Spencer said Candace did nothing wrong with her tweets. Agreed. Social Stuff said, I don't think Andy likes Candace because he loves Giselle. Managers always have their favorites. True. Honestly, I could do without Cynthia or Drew. Oh, I like Cynthia. We need like a sane OG on the show. Donnie said, Kay has been on the internet all reunion. Okay. Nothing was learned. Nello said, right, when did tweeting about the show become a bad thing? When that's a part of the job. When that's a part of the job. Jewish for Life said, we got to find Phaedra's storyline. My God, today. We do. We really do. Georgia said, what if Shamia is a motive friend of the show again? How would that work for you? I think that would be I don't think she would do it. That would be so tough on her. That would be so tough on her. That would be so tough on her. And then I don't know. I don't see Portia not being weird about that. Like, I'm not coming if she comes, and the cast is always going to choose the mains. I don't know. Listen, let's try it. Let's try. I mean, when she was a friend of, she was great. I will also say her first season, the beginning of her first season, she did phenomenal. I thought that she was going to be a fan. I thought she was going to be the fan favorite of the season. She did so well. Them opening scenes with Shamia, the beginning of last season, 8. I don't know what happened. E for Empathy said, Drew is hilarious to me. She's the perfect brand of delusional for a housewife to be. I agree. Very aloof. I think Pinky can say if she relaxes a bit and maybe comes back more humble. Yeah, it's definitely giving Erica Jane. What about me? People died, Erica. What are we talking about? Hey, Jen. Jen says Pinky was growing on me until the reunion. Same. Girl, say you're sorry. The investors lost their money and you'll do better in the future. Listen, I'm more mad about the employees. Of course, investors, no shade, but you do invest with that risk that you might not get the money. Like that's the risk that you take. The employees shouldn't have been left out there like that. Cameron said, Pinky can't go. Pinky thinks that she's the smartest in the cast, and I feel like she can go. Get rid of Pinky and bring back Kenya and her new Kenya got a new face? I don't think she's coming back, guys. I don't think she's coming back. I think that right there was just, I don't think the show, I think she went too far this time. This time she went to Beyonce's tribute to Dolly Parton. I can't do it. I should have never got on this internet. Kenya's new face. Why did she touch that beautiful face? Oh, Lord, what did she do? She didn't need to get no work done. Oh, gosh, she didn't need to get any work done, guy. Oh, somebody got a facelift. Oh my gosh. Here's the thing, y'all. Don't touch that face till you're 60. Do a little Botox, a little. That's it. No fillers or nothing. Black women, don't touch your face till you're 60. That's when we start looking our age. It's that, child. Wow. She is pulled and tucked, child. Pulled and tucked. Kenya, more hair. Kenya, why did you do this? You didn't need to do anything. She playing with AI, showing her age. Ooh, my God, today. Them old folks love AI. She's still a beautiful woman, but oof, Lord. So stuff said I would switch out Angela for Nene and keep Kelly. Oh, TMB said Kelly can definitely go for me immediately. Tools for Life said I would like everyone back, but the Chihuahua and Shamia, if her and Portia can't work together, then add Nene. I'll take that. Georgia said Pilar is probably having a very hard time with the breakup. Of course she is. Of course she is. She lost her auntie and her cousin. Jen says Kelly just made certain that Phaedra will never help her again, which was stupid because her legal woes aren't over. Yep. Smithy said, ugh, I'm sorry, Nikki, but yes, the moment you tell your mom is done. Listen, but here's the thing. I didn't want to say anything, but I knew I had to tell my mom because it was like a legal matter. Like I had to tell my mom, but I knew when I told my mom there was no going back with that friendship. Nello says, switch out Phaedra or Cynthia and Drew. Nene needs to come back. Here's the thing. Nene going to be going back and forth for Kelly, and it won't be fun. It won't be fun. We need Nene in like a good place. She left so dark. We need it to be a nice vibe. Tours for Life said Pinky was arrogant and defensive during this reunion, but I still find her hilarious and I want to see more of her. And she gets in the field and doesn't take things too personal and hold a grudge. That's what I will say that I love about her. She can move on from stuff. Even with that back and forth with Angela. She does good with that, but this reunion wasn't a good look for her. You know what? We're going to put it on the baby. Maybe it was hormones. Taisha said friendship breakups are one of the worst relationship experiences I think you can go through. Yep. Georgia Pete said no one should offer to help Kelly again. Here's the thing. I think Kelly messed herself up. Because I think that people who were probably going to help her is looking at how she did Phaedra and was just like, Please give me the Real Housewives of Philly. I can't. I'm tired of the white girl shows. I'm tired. Unless you're going to give us a Rhode Island, keep it moving. Tours for Life said Real Housewives of Potomac usually premieres in late September, early October. Oh, good. So we won't have to wait that long. Oh, God, I'm so happy for the fall that's coming. Listen, I live in LA. I'm not going to experience the fall until December, January. Fall weather. And we're also in the heat wave. But I'm just ready for the seasonal stuff to come out. Tomorrow, I'm going to like all my local markets. And I'm just seeing if the pumpkin spice stuff is out. Trader Joe's is like, come back. It's not out yet. I've been to like 3 Trader Joe's and they're just like, not yet. And I'm like, oh, come on. I want some pumpkin spice cinnamon rolls. Donnie said, you can't bring my child and my mama. Come on. Shamia did some messed up stuff behind the scenes. Kelly has a lot of lawsuits against her coming out of the pipeline that are serious and coming from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Here's the thing. She better find new legal representation because Phaedra got to be done. So Steph said, yes, Angela sticks to reads, but she doesn't know how to tell a cohesive personal story or explain the beef. That I can agree with. Hey, Tifa. Tifa said, hi, Nikki. Have you been to World Market recently? Yes. Girl, and I got to go back. I got a little bit of stuff because when I was there, my World Market was just putting out their stuff. And so they had like the carts and I was just like, I felt like I was hovering, waiting for the girl to put the stuff out. So I ended up getting like the little bit of fall stuff that was out. And then I just got some stuff that was on clearance. But girl, I just saw their fall shop. Their fall shop is cute. Also, I saw some cute pieces at West Elm. And I just made a purchase at La Crusade for their I bought some pieces from their Harvest and Halloween collection, and I just got some fall pieces from Williams-Sonoma. Girl, let's go. They got all the Halloween and some Thanksgiving stuff. Girl, I think my sister's going tomorrow. Here's the thing. I have turned my sister into like the biggest World Market hoe. My God, today. She used to be so angry going in there with me. But if you guys watch my vlog channel, when I took them to World Market and we had to do that that bunny hunt, that made them believers. We are, my whole family is like into World Market now. But me and my sister are going to go tomorrow. I'm going with her just, to peruse. Because I still have some stuff that I want to get from Anthropologie. And it's like Anthropologie, World Market. World Market has better prices, but Anthropologie, they do things that haven't been done before, but it's a little too expensive for what they're putting out. I don't know. We're going to see. Karen said, nah, Nikki, I didn't have a chance to get any of that Nightmare Before Christmas collection in Bath & Body Works, but I did get the Nightmare Before Christmas candles that Goose Creek has. Oh, cool. I'm still waiting because they said that they're restocking, so I'm still waiting. Always Prices said Kelly's character has been showing more and more is rotten. Shamia better be okay. Always. But I think so too. Shamia needs to watch out. Just because they're not doing it to you does not mean that you're not next. Jin said Phaedra got Kelly the ability to film with her kids next season and got the ex to pay $31K, and the ex is locked up. Those are great wins. She gave you stuff you didn't have before, but the work was already done. So not only are you discrediting her, you're giving credit to another law firm and also sharing the prices that she gave you. That's one thing you should never do. Never share the discounted prices that you're getting from a friend. Never do that. Like if somebody's just like, if I work with somebody wants to work with them and be like, oh, how was it work with them? Great. How much did they charge you? Well, I don't get into that because, I wanted different things. So it was a different price. Check with them and see how much they charge. I never share my friends' prices because I know I'm not paying full price. I always get the family and friends discount. I never ask. People just love me. But you never do that. I was like, ugh. Burn bridges. Always prices said Kelly's a scammer. Oh my God. I'm convinced she's misappropriating funds from all these business loans. Here's the thing. This happens all the time on the Real Housewives. On the Real Housewives shows, they all are trying to keep up with the Joneses. Although she gets on my nerves. What is her name? The blonde chick, the nasally blonde chick from the Real Housewives of Orange County. That's the kind of housewife you need to be. She's always like, I'm broke. I don't have it. I'm living in Section 8 with all of my kids. And when she get a little coin, she'll let you know. But she is the brokest housewife. She lets everybody know. And we ain't seen her locked up yet. That's how you have to be. That's how you have to be. These people are coming on the shows saying all the stuff that they have. And I'm just like, y'all know the feds watch the show. The feds at this point has a housewives department. They be waiting to lock y'all up because it brings attention to them. I would never play with the government and my monies. The devil is a liar. It was killing me, the whole reunion. I had to keep on turning my volume down, E for empathy. It's ridiculous. How did they go through that for 8 hours? I would have left. Alana said, I like Kelly on the show, but she has been annoying since the Carlos King interview. That is just going to her head. Here's the thing. If she was joking, I would have been fine with it. That woman was dead serious. Another thing that I hate, and this is what all the housewife shows, when new housewives get on the show, especially those who have been fans on the show, try to turn their nose up like they did something. Like the housewives wasn't nothing before they got there. And I'm just like, listen, they get on my nerves and I got my issues with Andy and Bravo. But what we not going to do is act like housewives wasn't nothing before you came. I hate when they do that. If it wasn't all that, if you did all this and the show needed you so bad, why you do it? If you so big, why you do Housewives? I hate that people still try to discredit this show, right? Yes, it's messy. It does whatever it does. But what I have always liked about Housewives is that it gives older women financial freedom, right? And the abilities to be able to garner an audience that they probably would not have had because society throws women away after 25. And you see this show who gives these older women or women who were who aged out of their industries, it gives them new life. And that is one thing that I can give to housewives. It gives them new life. It gives them financial freedom. It gives them the ability to build an audience, right? And it also allows younger women to see that sometimes, baby, when you get older, that's when the fun begins, right? So I like that. And yes, it does have its issues, but I like that. And that's why I protect it in certain aspects. You came on this show because you needed it. You came on this show because it's popular. You came on the show because you wanted to change your life and you knew the show would do it. Please stop acting like these shows aren't reality TV juggernauts. Like, we have our issues with the housewives, but we're going to put some respect on their name. And I think that interview was her downfall, because to sit up there and try to drag Atlanta, I'm sorry, you can drag any other housewife show. Atlanta, you out your damn mind. Atlanta, nobody was doing what the Real Housewives of Atlanta was doing. Bravo didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out until Atlanta came on the scene. We're not going to play with them. You might not like some of them, and the show might be better because certain people ain't there. However, those women are icons for a reason. Let's not play. And for Kelly to sit up there and act like Atlanta wasn't nothing till she got there, you'd have lost your damn mind. We were having watch parties. Every Sunday night, them heifers was doing 6 million views. And nobody knew who they were. We're not going to play with them. We're not going to play with them. You can have your issues about certain people and about how things were handled, but we're not going to play with them because the facts are there. We're not going to play with Atlanta. You can maybe talk crap about New Jersey, Kelly. You could maybe even put your mouth on Beverly Hills after Kim Richards left. Say what you want. But let's talk about the husband. Chills. I'm getting chills just thinking about it. I'm getting chills just thinking about it. Let's talk about the husband. Say whatever you want, but we're not going to play. We're not going to play, Kelly. And that's where she lost me. I said, oh, you can go. you can, that's okay, girl, because the delusion, now I'm scared. Now I'm scared. I brought fashions. I brought things that nobody was ever doing before. We've been saw bankruptcies. We've been saw people lose their businesses and jobs and houses. We've met women that got terrible husbands. We've been, seeing women get chicklets put in their face. Like, you didn't do anything new. You did in no way elevated that show. Talk about anybody else, but Atlanta, crazy. Now we're in crazy town, and I can't rock with you. Cameron said, every time I hear Kelly speak, I think of Coco from Foster's Home for Imaginary. Go on. Reddy said, did you guys already discuss Kenya's new work? Yeah, we did. Aging in front of the camera isn't easy. Aging in front of the spotlight isn't easy. You got to know when to do just little stuff. I haven't gotten there yet, but when I get the coin, I haven't gotten there yet because I don't have a coin. But when I get the coin, you'll never know. So I'm like, oh my God, Nikki, you look so refreshed. Yeah, sunscreen. Hey, Ramel, thank you so much for being here. Ramel said, I'm tired of Angela. She flopped this season. Oh, I didn't. She had some flops for me, but overall, I enjoyed her a lot better than last season. Always Price said, absolutely. Charles told her that tea. And here's the thing, Angela, people are going to stop telling you stuff. Because everything that you talk about is not meant for you to run back and say it on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like, people are going to stop telling you stuff, girl. Romel said, yes, I feel like Portia was smelling herself like, girl, don't get fired like Andy's other past favorites. That's the thing. He does have favorites, but don't get beside yourself. He's still white. Drewski said, Angela becoming a follower was sad to see. Listen, she has her quirks. Much better performance than last season. Y'all know I couldn't stand her performance last season. I was just like, Always Prices said, and CT is not fine like he used to be. Even, here's the thing. Y'all know my white man standard is Chris Evans, age 28 through 33. That's my white man standard. Like, or Paul Newman. So he never crossed my radar. The eyes were scary. I can't do like intense blue eyes. It's something. It vexes my spirit. No shade to the blue-eyed people, intense blue-eyed people, but it's no shade. It's kind of scary, and I think it's because all the movies that for us millennials that we were watching as kids, a lot of the bad people had like intense blue eyes. Every bad person or every like ghost or evil person in a movie had like intense blue eyes, so it's kind of triggering. No shade. Media is powerful. So his eyes, I'm just like, it's not it for me. And I remember watching his season. He was very dirty. I can't see Phaedra with that. He don't look like, he get the parts that need to be cleansed. No shade, Always Spicer said, yep, defects with sperm is what causes the majority. I'm just like, girl, why are you blaming yourself? Let's check him. Putting it on you. I hope it's not what him and his family is saying. Always like to say, Shamia has always been this way, even as a friend. Y'all need to do a rewatch. Polymer said, oh no, Shamia, be beautiful and annoying to no end, but I like to have her one last chance. I'm on an island on my own, I know. Listen, if her and Portia can successfully film without bringing up this beef, great. I have no hope for it. And maybe I'm just, traumatized from Teresa and Melissa. Or what's her name? I only know Kim Richards. What's the other? Kyle Richards and Lisa Vanderpump. Kyle Richards and Kim Richards. Like, ciao. It's not fun. It's not fun watching them relationships implode and them people still film like they don't hate each other. It don't work. Butterfly said, Shamia has degrees in sociology and psychology. I honestly believe that this people pleaser thing is an act. If she, I would eat that up. If she came back and was just like, ugh, I'm tired of acting like this. Let's play a real game. You know what I mean? Like, I'll take a sinister, Shamia. Over the, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I can't take that. I can't. I'll take a, this is who I really am, dropping the mask. Let's do that. Give me something else. What I'm seeing right now, no for me. Sierra said Drew should go. She doesn't know what she wants to be. She just lies into a frenzy. And here is why I say you have got to keep your hair and your fashions on point. Because Drew, if you did not go on that reunion with that crimped hair that kept on getting on your nerves because you kept on playing with it, and that 2007 prom dress, I don't think people will be saying you have to leave. That's why if you can't bring anything to the show, you need to bring fashions. Because people are getting facelifts way too young. Way too young. This is not, the 50s is not facelift age. For a black, especially somebody dark, that's not facelift age. This is too soon, mama. Spencer said, yeah, it's kind of sad seeing a facelift. In like early 50s? Crazy. Always practice that. A little tops, maybe a little radiance in the jawline. Yes. A ponytail lift at most. At most. And that's if you were like, you lived a really hard life and you was strung out for a minute, and did some damage, a little meth here and there, right? Maybe then you need to go do something like that. Facelift. Ugh. And it's also such a high risk procedure. You have a young child. All else fails, get a ponytail. Georgia said, I think that Andy didn't care for Kenya anyways. She was on borrowed time. She never really recovered with the fan base after how poorly she treated Kim Fields. She was on borrowed time. Ramel said, Kenya grew on me after she had her daughter. True. And I think they definitely should give her another chance They hired Phaedra again. Here's the thing. There's a lawsuit. There's a lawsuit. And sexual assault allegations. Ooh. I don't know. I do not know. Tools for Life said the women of the Real Housewives of Atlanta are having an AI off. Drew, Angela, Cynthia, Kenya. My goodness, it's so weird. It's so weird, and it's like attacking the Black race. What's going on? Put the AI down. Always Price said Nene is going to eat Kelly alive and spit out her bones in episode 1, and that's not what we need. She needs to come back, chill. Just funny. Paula Girl said, Nikki, have you checked out the Real Housewives of London? As you say, you're tired of white gal shows. There's a Jamaican lady and baby, she's fire. Just thought if you care. I did see it, but she was the only one. If it's worth watching, I will continue to watch. But it was just like one Black woman on the show. I'm just like, I don't feel like it. I do not feel like it. Are there any macro or microaggressions? Let your girl know. Always Prices that bless her heart. I'm still on her side from when you dragged her over the lemon placements. We have our moments. Johnny's acting channel said the feds are watching. The feds are watching the Real Housewives franchise more than anybody. It's half the viewership. Don't play with that money. That's all just like Pinky. Shh. Shh. My business filed for bankruptcy, not me. Shh. Sierra said Kelly is the only one being truly candid and bringing fresh energy to the show. She's a star. You know what? Even God has a soft spot for the devil. So I'm going to just let this one slide. Go ahead, Sierra. You know what? Go ahead, Sierra. Because one thing I will say about Sierra will always stand 10 toes down on an island by herself. And we love you for that. We love you for that. Georgia said, Kelly with Marlo, your fashion are swap meet worthy compared to her fashion. Speaking of swap meet, I have to go to the Slauson swap meet. I want to get, your girl's getting older. So as an older Black woman, especially as an older Black American woman, it's time for me to get some bangles. I need to get some rings and some bangles. And I need to be, because, it's time for me to become the auntie that jingles everywhere. And the only ones I see are at the Slauson swap meet. So I have to get there to go into, to enter into my next form. Jingle auntie. Sierra said, I think Kelly said that to solely get people typing, and it worked. I will say at times Kelly would say something and she would laugh it off and act like it's all good. And I'm like, are you joking? Here's the thing. I don't know. I wish it would be more clear if it's fun shade. Because the thing about it is the stuff that she says isn't fun shade. So, girl, what do you mean this, or is this what's happening? Thank you. Always Prices said Bravo was built by the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Absolutely. Always Prices said hello, waking up, Nikki. Facts are facts. Facts are facts. Facts are facts. The Real Housewives of Atlanta is the reason why everybody is eating. Poliver said, oh, no doubt. ATL put Bravo on the international map. Sure did. Hashtag Queen Nene Leaks. Say what you want. Say what you want. Everybody eating off of her. Robert said I'm making a pumpkin pie syrup tonight. I couldn't wait. Oh, I love it. Hop the horn on Greg. Beep, yes. Poliver said people don't realize how many Black people overseas boost their beige shows the second a Black cast is introduced. Shout out to Garcelle. Absolutely. Here's the thing. In America, they absolutely know that. They just don't want Black Americans or just Black people in general to get their flowers. They know. That's why whenever a show is tanking in the ratings, add a Black cast member. They know. They just don't want to give a certain community their flowers, because if you give them their flowers, then a recognition, then power and access starts to happen, and then the hands of power change. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's how we got the government that we have now. People are afraid of Black excellence. It's Neek. What's up? Said hi, Nikki. After this reunion and hearing Kelly's ex-husband interview, woo! Kelly isn't desperate to be on this. Kelly isn't or is desperate to be on this show and stay. What the ex-husband say? I will say I felt like Kelly alluded to him being abusive, so I don't care what that man got to say, and I wouldn't believe him anyway, y'all. Kelly is annoying, but I'm not annoyed to her enough to believe that demon. Oh God, I'm not clicking on that comment, Georgia. The Nicholas Express said, I need Nene and Marlo back immediately. I would like that. The Nicholas Express said, all this Portia is lying about people sleeping with people has got me missing Kenya, but I just don't know if she'll ever return. Yeah, I don't think so either. I can't stand it. That is so her apology face. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Forgive me. Let's find another character. Let's find another character. Please. Please. Cameron said, hold on. Phaedra is dating. No, people are alluding that because she posted him on her Instagram stories. He's a deadbeat father. He's a Trump supporter, I guess. And a freak from rehab. Okay. Oh my God, today. I will say, not shocked, but wow. Hey, Rocky, thank you for being here. We love you, Sierra. Thank you for being a part of the Star fam. Tia Bia said, Pinky didn't do a good job explaining on Candy speak on it either. She's just not remorseful. But did you see how Candy was just like, girl, clocked her immediately, and Pinky still didn't get it. And I'm like, some people you just can't help. Rocky says, Shamia pisses me off so bad with all the apologies. Not one person on that stage apologized to her all season long or at the reunion. Everybody takes notes. This is what a people pleaser looks like. And that's the thing. It's like she gotta find her voice outside of everybody else. Because she doesn't need a clique, right? She doesn't need everybody to agree with her or understand her or defend her. She really doesn't. Shamia, if she comes back, Shamia, watch the first season and watch those first few episodes. You were eating. I don't know what happened, but you lost a lot of us. When is New York coming back? Okay, so it's going to be New York and Potomac. Okay, so I'm going to have something to review because I think New York is the beginning of September, and then Potomac is the end or the beginning of October. Good. So we got some shows to review in the Housewife hemisphere. Georgia said, going around encouraging bankruptcy, but discouraging investors to invest in her businesses again and other Black businesses that are similar to hers. You know what? That's something I didn't think about. That is something I did not think about. How her actions affects other Black people, Black business owners who are looking for investors. Sad to say, but that's just something that we have to deal with. Araki said, you did it, said it, and so did everybody else. Stand in it. Thank you. Stop apologizing to these people. They very clearly do not see it for her. Stand in it. Paula Girl said, Nikki, seriously, that Jamaican Brit is like 5 Black women on a cast. She's the reason I'm watching. Woo! Because I've seen the previous version with Stansbury. Yes, she's worth the watch. Daughter and okay, I'll check it out. I told you I wanted to watch it. My mom wanted to watch it. We're going to watch it this weekend. Okay, thank you, Paula Girl. We got a show to review while we're waiting for our other housewife shows to come on. So thank you, Paula Girl. Always Prices said, I saw the interview too, and my perspective has changed completely. Oh, Lord, please don't make me watch that demon. You know, that's another thing I need to be addressed, because if she really is MAGA, so many things will click into place for me. Pinky. Always Prices said, Pinky is MAGA. She's not going to get it. She's very much pink wig coded. So many things will click. I just need that confirmation. Anyway, Star Fam, we have hit the 2-hour mark. It doesn't even feel like it. Remember, I was like, I'm only going to be here for 20 minutes. I end up staying here much longer than intended, guys, because we have so much fun, which is why my sister is not here, so she didn't post it in the chat. But I want to post it in the description box. Please sign up for the newsletter because I want to do some meetups. I want to do some meetups this holiday season. And there has to be a fire station like feet away. Every time. Oh, me and my sister were walking in our neighborhood, and we walked by the bike gang that's terrorizing my neighborhood with fireworks. Children. So I'm sorry. I heard fire trucks, and I was thinking about them kids because they've been terrorizing us for fireworks. Anyway, I always say that I'm going to be here for something, for a couple of minutes, and I end up staying so long because I really have a good time. And I feel like if we're having this much fun on the internet, we're going to have a blast in person. So I have some meetups coming up. There's one coming up in September, Practical Magic. I want you to sign up for the email list because I'll be sending that out. I'm also going to put up a flyer here, but I feel like more people will see it in the news if you sign up for the email list. So I'll put it in the description box. Please make sure you sign up for that because we're doing meetups. Be prepared to laugh. Be prepared to have some fun. I can't wait. Thank you all so much for joining me. I love you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Thursday. We're doing a Love is Blind chat because there's so much to talk about. My God, today the kids have been feeding us a Love is Blind chat, and we're going to do a reality TV chat. Just to talk about the reality TV shows that I don't talk about every day, but we all watch together, and also talk about what's coming up and what I'm interested in, what new shows I'm interested in reviewing. So I'll see you tomorrow for that. And then on Friday, we're going to finish up Love is Blind UK and Married at First Sight season 20. Look forward to that. Please make sure you like the video, hype the video, share the video, and I'll see you tomorrow for the show that I just told you about. Anyway, love you all. See you soon. Bye. I said 20 minutes.